Welcome to Fall Summit, a story-based podcast about tales, trails, and epic fails. I'm Octavia.
And I'm Em.
For those of you just joining, we are going to bring you 2 stories and our thoughts on the tales. Ending with Trailmix, where Em will bring you 3 songs, and then Trail Etiquette and other shit by me. Yay! We're back!
We're back,
Baby!
back again.
Back again. How are you doing today, Em?
I'm good. It is dark.
It is dark.
But
It's dark so early.
Yeah, but it's actually 7:00, so I thought it was earlier. Because I can never tell nowadays.
Because it gets dark at 4.
Yeah, it gets dark at 4, which is crazy. Even though we experience this every year, I always am astounded.
I'm astounded.
Astounded.
Yeah, I'm astounded and shocked and awed
and appalled. Shocked and appalled.
I'm shocked and appalled.
Anywho, I am also, drinking a nice wine, a nice white wine. So I'm happy. I cannot wait to try my new Moscato that I got.
Yes, we went to the wine store yesterday, and we each were supposed to pick out a couple of bottles of things we haven't tried.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking around and I was reading and had all these thoughts and ideas of, wait, maybe I'll get this one. Maybe I'll get that one. I picked out my first bottle. I turned around and you had picked out 6.
And they were already on the counter.
Waiting
to be checked out.
And I'm like,
wiping the prices off already.
These are supposed to last for like the next couple of months through the holiday. We're going to bring some to like family.
Yeah, but I'm very excited because I got a bottle of Midori for the first time. And I know you've had Midori, but like I've never had Midori. And I was really excited to try it because I didn't know that they were made. I knew it was a melon liqueur, but I didn't know that it was made from Japanese melons. So I was very excited to try it. And it's quite good actually. Obviously not by itself, it makes you want to throw up like any liqueur.
Yeah.
But like I mixed it in with like a pina colada type situation. So coconut milk.
Very good.
Coconut milk, pineapple juice, what else? Coconut rum,
lime,
and the Midori. And ice.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
And that was it. Yeah. No, it was really good. It was like
tropical.
2 parts of rum, and then I think it was like 4 parts of the Midori and 4 parts of the pineapple
for 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, it was 8 parts pineapple, 4 parts coconut. That was crazy for 2 people. It was good. I liked it a lot. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but I only got to pick out 1 bottle of wine, so I'm a little bit sour on that.
Yeah, but you like my pick so far, so.
I do. Yep. I like your pick so far. The bottles that you picked, you did get some that you thought I would like, but I didn't get to pick. I only got to pick out 1.
But you got to ask so many questions, and you got to look at so many bottles, and think so many thoughts in your head about them, and spend so much time on each one.
Yeah.
So you got 1 correct. I go by labels.
Yeah, I was gonna say you go by labels.
Yeah, but I brought it up to the counter and I said that to the woman.
Just the counter. You were talking at the counter.
Yeah,
and the counter talked back.
Yeah, the woman counter was telling me that that's pretty common, and they were like, "Yeah, you and 90% of people out there pick it by the label." And I was like, "Yes, I may be in the majority here, but it's never steered me wrong."
Yeah. I'm just impressed that inanimate objects can have conversations now.
Yeah, but, and that they're genderized.
Yeah. Well,
it was definitely a she.
If it was like a different language, they do gender stuff like Spanish and French and Italian.
Not in the same way, though.
No, that's true.
So Christmas is now a week away.
Yep.
Which is exciting.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And we will be taking off a week to celebrate the holiday. So we'll be back in the new year with something very exciting that I am so excited.
I know you. I knew you would be excited
about, which is Fall Summit After Dark. So if you can kind of ascertain what that might be about, do you want to tell people what it's going to be about?
Well, our Fall Summit After Dark, we're going to delve into 1 story. And it's going to be something a little bit darker. So it will be one of the following: either a true crime, a mystery of some sort, uh, a phenomenon, and it all is in nature.
A lot of our stories are inspirational or funny. Those are not going to be, they're going to have a heavier tone.
Yeah, we'll still have a little bit of our natural zest of jovialness, but it'll definitely be with a little side of respect for whatever topic we're talking about.
Lemon, orange, or lime?
Definitely grapefruit.
Zest.
Yeah.
Grapefruit zest.
Yeah. Did you say grapefruit?
Nope. But I guess that's a citrus, so that counts.
Yeah, it
but
counts.
Do you zest?
You can zest a grapefruit.
I'm sure you can zest a grapefruit. I've just never seen that in a recipe.
Yeah.
It's usually lemon, lime, orange.
Okay, fine. If I have to pick something boring,
avocado.
I'll zest an avocado for sure.
Human.
Makes sense. Oh yeah, I'm gonna zest you.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That would be really painful. Anyway, let's get into our stories. I think it's time.
Is it time, or is it time to tell us, all of us, our listeners and myself, what you got me for Christmas this year?
You've probably already snooped.
No, I haven't. No. I have not snooped. Have you finished all your Christmas shopping yet? Or do you still have a little more to do?
Definitely started.
Yeah, we have a little bit of time. You know, we're in a little bit of a time machine. So we actually are a couple weeks out. And so I have time to finish and do a couple more little things here and there. But for the most part, I think I'm almost done. Also,
yes,
you and I have decided collectively that we are doing minimalist Christmas this year because there's just so much consumerism out there, and there's so much stuff. I don't need things that much. I do enjoy the gift giving process. I love giving a gift and thinking about what that person might enjoy and finding something like a perfect gift for somebody. I enjoy that aspect of it, and receiving something that really touches me, but I don't need a quantity of gifts.
Right.
One or two meaningful items is so much better than every year getting, packages of, I don't even know what. Like, what's the stupid gifts that you've gotten in the past? If it's from me, you can say it. It won't hurt my feelings. Can you think of anything?
Bath bombs.
Bath bombs are fun. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but if we had like an actual bath that I wanted to be in,
but
I don't want to be in that bath.
That's true.
So
we need a new house with a nicer bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your stupid one?
1 year I received a egg cooking machine to cook hard-boiled eggs. It hard-boiled eggs. That's not right. It makes hard-boiled eggs.
I gave that to you.
Yeah, you did. This is not good. I don't think we used it once. I think we used it once, and then it was really hard to figure out, and then we never used it again.
What?
Yeah. It's up at the barn.
Yeah, so I just don't understand what you're saying right now. Are you saying that a gift I got you was stupid?
It's just not necessary when I have a pot.
So you lied to me.
At the time, it sounded cool, but it ended up not being something that was useful.
Wow.
Here's the thing. Sometimes we see an ad for something and we think that seems really cool. And then you buy it and you bring it home and you realize it's not as innovative as you thought it would be from the commercial or from the ad or whatever.
Why? Because you can just boil eggs in a pot and have the same result?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's so stupid. Why did I get you that? I don't even remember getting you that.
You don't remember?
Was it more than that? Like, it just boiled eggs?
That's it.
No.
It steamed them.
No, I think it cooked them other ways too. I think there was the egg things where it cooked egg patties for sandwiches and stuff like that. No, I would not. It was
it was like boiler. A steamer.
Would not just get you an egg steamer.
You could do it. You could do different hardnesses of the egg.
I did not get you
You
this.
did.
Oh, I'm not believing this.
I have the receipts. Just kidding. I don't. You did though. Yeah. This was years ago. It's probably like 4 years ago by now. And we were in the time of like getting quantity versus quality. And it was like, oh, I'm just going to get her one more thing. And then you found this egg thing. And we're like, that seems cool. But also it could have been, it was cute.
Was it blue?
It was blue.
Oh, yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
But like advertising, you might have seen it and been like, oh, that seems really neat. You know, but this is what I'm talking about. Consumerism and advertising, they make you think that this item is going to change your life. And it's really, you have a pot. You could just boil it.
Right.
You know?
Oh my God, we need to downsize so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the best gift you've ever gotten?
Oh, that jacket. I loved it so much. Oh, my boots. There's so many. Yeah. What was your favorite? Do you remember?
Probably like the experience gifts you give me.
Oh, like when I bought you that coupon to get a tattoo
that I have not yet cashed in.
Yeah.
But didn't you get me something for travel related?
Yeah, I told you. I gave you a card that said we'll take a trip to anywhere you want to go.
And didn't we go to San Francisco?
Yeah, I think so.
That was the San Francisco trip.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, because Greece was your birthday.
Yeah. I like experience gifts.
Me too.
Oh, by the way, I was on the phone with my brother, and we were talking about how we have an experience gift that our mom gave us. It's a gift of me and you and my brother and his wife going to a show in the city. And he found a show that he wants us to go to. This is what he says. He says, have you ever heard of RuPaul's Drag Race? I was like, what? Are you kidding me? What? That's hysterical. What are you talking? Of course I have. I've watched every single season.
What do you mean?
Every single episode.
What is he on about?
Well, apparently they have a couple of the queens are doing an off-Broadway show in the city.
What?
Yes. And him and Alex went and saw it. And he said it was so amazing. It was so good that he would definitely go see it again. He said Alex would definitely go see it again too. So
who did it? Like what queens?
He couldn't remember all of them, but he said that Alaska was one of them. I know.
What is it called?
I don't know. He didn't say.
Broadway RuPaul Drag Race. Drag the Musical. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yes, Queen. Oh my God, looks so good. All right, so who is it? Alaska, who else?
Jimbo.
Oh, Jimbo.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And Nick Adams.
Oh no.
What?
So Alaska's only on till January 12th.
He said the beginning of January.
Okay, so Jimbo doesn't come on until so Jimbo's replacing Alaska.
Oh, but Jujubee.
Jujubee.
I would be happy with either one. So he suggested that we cash in our experience coupon and go see this all together. I'm very excited. He said beginning of January we could go. So we should probably tell
Tu madre.
Tu madre.
Yes, I want to go. Let's
go. We have to tell we have to get the tickets.
Okay.
And we'll do dinner. Oh, also he was thinking that we could also if we wanted to stay in the city and then not have to drive all the way back at night. We'll rent an Airbnb. Maybe we'll rent one in Queens, like near where he lives.
The one we stayed in off St. Mark's Place, that was nice.
That was really cute, and I don't remember it being that expensive.
No, I just remember. Well, I don't remember much of that.
You were very drunk. You peed in a plant. No, you threw up in a plant. You puked in a plant.
No, okay. Can I please tell this? Okay.
Yeah.
So, New Year's Eve,
a couple years ago,
we decided to go to the city because who doesn't want to go to New York City on New Year's Eve? Fun
times.
So,
but not to the big thing.
No,
we just wanted to go a couple of queer bars.
Yeah, I think we went to the Cubby Hole.
We went to the Cubby Hole.
Which is now Henrietta Hudson.
Yep.
But right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then we went to the Stonewall for a tiny second. And then we wandered our asses back to the place. I ended up sitting down on the ground on New York City streets because
we
I
were
was so
waiting for a
drunk.
cab.
We were waiting for a cab. I could not even see straight. I was like, I peed myself.
You did pee yourself.
But that was after. And then I puked in a plant and had to be like carried by you.
3 flights of stairs.
And then thrown into a bathtub.
I threw you in the shower fully clothed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not your night.
That was not Oh, didn't I say I wanted to sleep?
Yeah.
Didn't I say I'd rather just sleep here tonight?
Yeah.
And started like lying down on the streets in New York
my
City.
God. I was like, good thing I have kept my whips about me.
Your whip?
My whips. I've kept my whips ready close.
You literally had whips?
I had whips.
That was the night you found $900 in your boot.
I did. We were at the bar and somebody, I don't know what happened. I had these boots on that had like this shape to them that when you sat down, they created like a perfect catcher's mitt and somebody dropped money into it. It was very strange.
Yeah, you dumped out your boot and there was $900 in it.
And I really needed that $900 too. It was like a windfall.
Yeah.
Somebody was looking out for me.
R.I.P. to the dream of somebody.
Oh, yeah. They probably don't have rent that month.
And that's kind of sad, but
don't laugh it was a very rich person and they were just careless
and thought you were homeless
and thought I was homeless. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's it. I'm homeless. I need money. Help.
I think we should get into the stories now.
I'm ready for some good old story time.
So our first story is called Borrowed Miles, and it was submitted to us by an Instagram follower. And on Facebook, they go by Chris Hillier. And Instagram, they go by hillier.c, HILLIER.c. And their trail name is Wolverine. All right, so he sent this to us, and it was about his through hike of the Pacific Crest Trail in 2012. The main character, Astro, unfortunately passed away last year after finishing the trail. That is the main character, Chris's friend. And Astro's mother gave Chris permission to share the story, as well as Scott Williamson, another character in the story. So we liked it. We thought it was inspirational. We thought it was a great story to have on the podcast. A little break from the humorous to more inspirational. And here goes. The Pacific Crest Trail stretches 2,650 miles through some of the most awe-inspiring and punishing landscapes in the United States. It's not just a trail, it's a gauntlet of challenges that demands grit, humility, and a willingness to embrace the unexpected. For Chris Hillier, trail name Wolverine, it was also a stage to chase down legends. Since discovering the world of long-distance hiking, Wolverine had been fascinated by Scott Williamson, the PCT's undisputed hero. Williamson wasn't just prolific, he was a pioneer. He'd hiked the trail more times than anyone else, set and reset speed records, and inspired a generation of hikers to push their limits. To Wolverine, Scott Williamson wasn't just a man, he was an ideal. I've had my idols, Wolverine would later say. As a kid, I wanted to pitch like Mark Fidrick. As a teenager, I wanted to shred like Eddie Van Halen. But as an adult, I just wanted to hike like Scott Williamson. When Wolverine began his through hike in 2012, he held a secret hope that the trail might deliver a chance to meet his hero. Rumors swirled among hikers that Williamson was attempting a southbound hike that year, but wildfires in California forced him to abandon the attempt. Though the dream of meeting Williamson faded, his presence lingered like an echo, inspiring Wolverine with every step. Then came the day Wolverine met Astro. Astro was only 21, but he carried himself with a quiet intensity that belied his years. He was 2 semesters into a physics degree at Berkeley when life threw him a devastating curveball, stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. He endured the brutal regimen of chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant, but the cancer persisted. When doctors suggested yet another round of treatment, Astro made a bold choice. I decided to hike the PCT instead, he told Wolverine one day. The words simple, but weighted with meaning. Yeah, that's really heavy. I don't know. I've heard of such things happening where somebody will get really tragic diagnosis and then, take a trip they've always wanted to take.
Yeah,
or
bucket list.
Yeah, or do something like he's doing walk the PCT. And it's always like really bittersweet, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, you're doing this amazing thing, but also like you're facing the inevitable, which is your death.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to grasp, especially at such a young age, I would imagine.
Yeah, when you think you have decades ahead of you and it's being cut way too short.
Yeah.
That's just tragic. It seems like he's just going for it though.
Yeah. How do you think the trail shaped his outlook on life and his battle with cancer?
I think that it probably gave him some peace and, something bigger than yourself.
Mhm.
This huge challenge that he's undertaking, I mean, he probably feels proud even attempting it.
He should.
I agree. That's inspirational to me.
Astro's reasoning was as clear as it was profound. To give his body the best chance at healing, he needed his mind and spirit to be whole. For Astro, the trail was more than a journey, it was a lifeline. Wolverine quickly realized Astro wasn't just surviving out there, he was thriving. Astro's determination to wring every ounce of life out of the trail was contagious. He had a knack for putting everything into perspective, reminding Wolverine that the blisters, the hunger, and the exhaustion were minor inconveniences compared to the battle Astro was fighting every day.
Oh, that's heartbreaking and also beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. It's yeah, it's bittersweet like I said before. Their bond deepened over shared miles, but the trail had a way of throwing unexpected curveballs. At the Big Lake Youth Camp in Oregon, Astro arrived to pick up his resupply box, only to discover it contained a fraction of the food he needed. A simple miscommunication had left him with enough provisions for just 2 days, though his next stop was nearly a week away. Astro stood in the small hiker box room, his stomach already growling, when his eyes landed on something extraordinary, a box labeled with Scott Williamson's name. The box was pristine, untouched, and abandoned. The ETA written on it read August 21st, 2012, but it was now mid-September. Scott Williamson had been off the trail for weeks. The box sat there like a relic, a testament to the legend himself. Astro stared at it for a long moment. By now, he'd come to believe in signs, moments when the universe seemed to conspire on his behalf. And here, when he needed it most, was the box of his hero. I opened it, Astro later confessed to Wolverine. You what? Wolverine exclaimed, his voice a mix of shock and delight. What was in it? Astro laughed, savoring the memory. Everything I needed, and more. Inside the box was a treasure trove of food, from high-calorie trail snacks to dehydrated meals. There was also a bag of some kind of green powder, which Astro would later try and regret mixing into a drink. And inexplicably, a pair of plain nylon dress socks. Astro didn't just take the food, he took the socks too. And those socks, as ordinary as they seemed, turned out to be extraordinary. Wow.
Wow.
That's so cool.
That's just a wild.
That's kismet right there. That's somebody or something conspiring to make that happen.
I agree.
I believe in that kind of stuff. I believe in karma. I believe in kismet. I think it was meant to be.
I think it was meant to be too. I agree. And I love that not only was there food, but there was also socks in the box. Socks in the box. I love that there was socks there.
Yeah.
It wasn't
not just trail like
consumable things.
Not wool socks. It was nylon socks.
They were dress socks.
They were dress socks.
That's amazing because now he has a kind of a keepsake, like a memento or something. You know? Do you think that Scott Williamson would be okay with Astro taking his supplies?
Yeah, for sure. I think hikers have a notoriety of being very kind and empathetic towards fellow trail hikers.
Yeah.
So I think that, a lot of them are escaping some kind of trauma themselves.
Yeah.
So they're used to being kind to strangers and having a sense of camaraderie out there.
They think they have like a common bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I think that he would be fine with it, especially since it was obvious that he wasn't going to be using it since it had been over a month.
I mean, through hiking is challenging, just to begin with. But, arriving at the place where you pick up your supplies and finding out that's, something, whatever miscommunication had happened and you don't have enough food to last you until the next drop off, that's got to be stressful.
For sure.
And then to find this saving grace, like, insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
In the membrane.
And who better deserving than Astro to find this box?
No one.
Nobody. I agree.
The day I wore those socks, Astro told Wolverine, I hiked 29.6 miles. My best day on the trail. For Astro, those socks weren't just clothing. They were a talisman, a physical connection to the man who had inspired him to keep walking, keep fighting. But Astro wasn't just a scavenger. After taking what he needed, he carefully wrote a letter and left it in the box. In the note, he explained who he was, what he was facing, and why he'd taken the food and socks. He resealed the box, hoping it might one day make its way back to the world record holder.
I love that he wrote a note.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. And kind of leans into what you were saying about, a community of helping hands.
Trail angels, they're real.
Trail angels are real.
I'd be a trail angel.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. You have so much empathy.
Wolverine was convinced that if Scott Williamson had been there, he would have offered up everything in that box and more. Heroes recognize each other, and Astro, brave, determined Astro, was a hero in his own right. Astro completed the trail later that year, an accomplishment as monumental as it was bittersweet. Less than a year later, the cancer claimed him. But in his short life, Astro left a legacy that rippled far beyond the miles he walked. As Wolverine tells his story, he likes to imagine that somewhere, Scott Williamson knows about the boy who borrowed his socks and hiked his heart out. Perhaps Williamson would smile, knowing the magic wasn't in the socks at all. It was in Astro.
That was so sweet and so sad and so wonderful and so lovely and so sad.
No one saw the behind the scenes of that, but that took me like 8 to 10 tries to get that out because I was emotional and acting out in various ways.
Yeah.
Because I've also dealt with the death of my dad, and it's just like hitting a chord right now.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. I mean, this kid was way too young.
Way too young.
My dad was way too young. Like,
yeah.
Any time that somebody passes away before, well, that's not even true. Like, even an elderly person, but like, at least it's a little more expected.
Yeah. It's always sad when you lose a special light from the world.
Yeah.
No matter the age.
Yeah.
A known light that we all loved dearly in the public eye was Betty White.
Right.
And she was, she lived a full life, and we still felt the effects of her leaving. My 95-year-old grandmother is nearing the end of her life, and I still feel the effects of her leaving. As much as, you felt the effects of your dad passing way too young, and this kid getting cancer at such a young, devastating age. It's all
bullshit.
It all sucks.
We live in the Matrix.
Okay. Fair. It's a simulation.
Some days I'd like to think that it's a simulation.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds, and I know it sounds crazy, and I know there's like no proof, but like there are physicists out there. This is not a conspiratorial podcast by any means.
But we'll conspiracize for a moment. Conspiracy hat on.
I do not believe in Pizzagate. I repeat, QAnon is garbage.
Yes, thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome. But beyond that, like physicists like Neil deGrasse Tyson have said that it's more probable that we are living in a simulation than we're not. And also, for somebody who's lost such an important figure in their life, like their father, I would like to believe that it's a simulation and he woke up somewhere else.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That's not that's comforting in that respect. I agree with you.
Or that he was reincarnated as, a bird or whatever.
Yeah.
So hopefully Astro lives on in something. And they do, because it's like molecules of them live on in
all of us, yeah.
Yeah.
In all of us, in all matter. And in everything that does matter. You see that the wordplay there?
I did hear that. But before that,
Mm.
I think that actually, now that I've said the thing about there being atoms everywhere,
Yeah.
I think now would be a good moment to read the eulogy from a physicist. So, for some context, the thing that I had just said about, atoms living on and molecules living on of somebody that's passed away. But where do those molecules go when a person dies, Like the body dies, but where does the rest of you go? Where does your consciousness go? Where does all the things go? So something that I found really comforting, because my dad was an environmental scientist, at his funeral service, a few of his coworkers read Eulogy from a Physicist by Aaron Freeman. That would be really good for this story as well. So I wanted to read it.
Yeah, I love that you're adding this in. It's perfect. Perfect fit.
It's an alternative reading for a funeral, maybe for scientists, atheists, or both. You want a physicist to speak at your funeral. You want the physicist to talk to your grieving family about the conservation of energy, so they will understand that your energy has not died. You want the physicist to remind your sobbing mother about the first law of thermodynamics, that no energy gets created in the universe and none is destroyed. You want your mother to know that all your energy, every vibration, every BTU of heat, every wave of every particle that was your beloved child, remains with her in this world. You want the physicist to tell your weeping father that amid energies of the cosmos, you gave as good as you got. And at one point, you'd hope that the physicist would step down from the pulpit and walk to your broken-hearted spouse there in the pew and tell him that all the protons that ever bounced off your face, all the particles whose paths were interrupted by your smile, by the touch of your hair, hundreds of trillions of particles, have raced off like children, their faces forever changed by you. And as your widow rocks in the arms of a loving family, may the physicist let her know that all the protons that bounce from you were gathered in the particle detectors that are her eyes, that those protons created within her constellations of electromagnetically charged neurons whose energy will go on forever. And the physicist will remind the congregation of how much of all our energy is given off as heat. There may be a few fanning themselves with their programs as he says it, and he will tell them that the warmth that flowed through you in life is still here, still part of all that we are, even as we who mourn continue the heat of our own lives. And you want the physicist to explain to those who loved you that they need not have faith. Indeed, they should not have faith. Let them know that they can measure, that scientists have measured, precisely the conservation of energy and found it accurate, verifiable, and consistent across space and time. You can hope your family will examine the evidence and satisfy themselves that the science is sound and that they'll be comforted to know your energy is still around. According to the law of the conservation of energy, not a bit of you is gone. You're just less orderly. Amen. That was again written by Aaron Freeman, and obviously it was really fitting at my dad's service, but I think to somebody who is a thru hiker and sounds amazing, just like Astro, that would be something that I would think, he's out there in the trees, he's out there in the wild, he's out there in the mountains, in the breeze,
And he did go to Berkeley for a physics degree.
But anyway.
Good job, babe.
That was a good story.
I do think that for a kid who is studying physics, a perfect accompaniment for this story. So well done.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I was going to ask you a couple questions. Thank you very much. I think that if you were in Astro's position, do you think you would have opened the box?
No, yeah, 100%. Because I would have needed the food supply, one. And two, I would have felt like it was meant to be that it was there just staring me in the face. So
Right.
yes, I would have.
Because they said that Astro believed in signs and things happen for a reason. So you would say that then the appearance of the box was one of those moments, like an act from some power greater than yourself.
Very serendipitous.
Very serendipitous. I agree.
I love that word, by the way.
Yeah.
Serendipity.
Serendipity, me too.
Right up there with like irksome.
Yeah.
Melancholy.
Yeah.
Maudlin.
Maudlin. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. What do you think? You remember when Astro left the letter for Scott Williamson after taking the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that says about Astro's character that he would do such a thing? Because not everyone, I feel like, would leave a letter.
That's a really good point. I think that was a testament to his character. I don't think that every 20-year-old would have done that or even thought of doing that. He seems like just a remarkable human, and I'm sad that he's no longer in the world.
Yeah, I wonder what he would have gone on to do.
He was probably going to be a physicist.
I hope so.
Me
He
too.
sounds smart.
He sounded real smart and empathetic. Leaving a letter like that is a sign of empathy.
I would have been friends with Astro.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a friend like Astro.
I agree. He sounded awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that Wolverine got to meet Astro and they got to be buddies and go on. And he has this memory, this wonderful memory now of this really awesome person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts or anything you want to move on to the next story?
Yeah, I'm just crying. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
That was emotional.
That was an emotional story, and we can all take a moment of silence if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Next story. It's going to be a little lighter than the first one. Eyes in the dark. We were camping out. Camping.
We were camping out.
We were camping out in the prime grizzly country by stunning subalpine. We were camping out in a prime grizzly country by a stunning subalpine lake in northern Wyoming. Just getting to the campsite, we'd seen fresh bear prints along the last mile of trail. So yeah, we knew one was close. But hey, what's a night in the wild without the lingering thought that something big with claws might be watching? The day faded into twilight, and we had a fire going. It was the perfect end to a long hike. Cool, dry air, tired bodies, that satisfying crackle of firewood. But right as we were about to drown the flames and call it a night, I heard something. Now, I'm known among my friends for having a bit of a radar-like sense of hearing. So naturally, everyone thought I was a little dramatic when I slowly got to my feet, turned around, and switched on my headlamp. I spent a good amount of time in bear country, seen my fair share of black bears. They come in all sizes, some big enough to make you think twice, but nothing prepared me for what I saw. There, no more than 40 feet away, were the widest set of eyes staring straight back at me. I could just make out the bear's silhouette, and this thing was massive, easily 600 pounds. And let me tell you, it wasn't running anywhere.
Do you think it's even possible to stay calm enough to remember bear safety rules when you're staring down something that size? Like, they see this wide, massive eyes staring at them. What do you, I wouldn't even be able to, would you, bleh, would you?
No.
I don't know what I would do. I think I would scream. I would run. I'd make noise. But like, what is it? What do they always say?
Bear.
Beware.
Bear beware. Black, fight back. Brown, lay down. White, you're dead.
White, oh shite.
Oh, shite. No, that's the Scottish version or Irish version. Is shite Scottish or Irish? I can't remember.
I don't know. But it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy.
I would say that my brain would probably freeze and I would be like, potato, potato, and that's all I could think about. Or like just
Teeth.
white noise.
Yellow teeth. Do bear have yellow teeth?
I mean, I think if he ate like something with yellow dye in it, he probably would. Do
Well, let's
dogs
talk
have
about
yellow
like,
teeth? No.
well, no, like in like Little Red Riding Hood, they talk about the wolf having big yellow teeth.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the bears don't brush their teeth, they're gonna have yellow teeth, obviously. No, I think it depends on the age of the animal and their diet. So, yeah, I don't think that necessarily they have naturally yellow teeth. It all has to do with diet and
Well, they don't have
age.
dentists in the wild.
We should start that. We should be a bear dentist.
Bear dental hygienist.
Yes.
What are you? A bear dentist.
I'm a bear dental hygienist.
Oh,
I
wow.
clean bear teeth with my bones.
Oh, wow. Do you live in San Francisco then?
Why?
Because they're bears. Get it?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny. Is that a sports reference? Why would you think I would get a sports reference? What? Is that a gay reference?
Yes.
Oh, I should get a gay reference. Amazing.
Amazing. Let's get on with this.
Let's get on with this. All right. Time froze. The banter around the fire vanished like a bad joke. Then instincts kicked in. I became the loudest human being to ever echo across these mountains, yelling like my life depended on it, which, at that moment, it probably did. Meanwhile, my bear spray, our only line of defense, sat a solid 10 feet away in my pack, a distance that, as it turns out, is way too far when a megafauna is in a decision-making mode between charge and retreat. I kept yelling, the others joined in, and we basically threw a whole concert of terror right then and there. That's crazy. Do you think the yelling scared the bear?
Yeah, I think that it probably had an effect.
Or was it more about convincing themselves they weren't helpless?
I think both are at play for sure, but I think that yelling is loud noises are going to have an effect on a bear.
But it's a grizzly bear.
Yeah, but I still think that a loud noise is going to at least startle it. Maybe it might anger it. Maybe it might charge them, but it has an effect.
Yeah.
But oh, it said scared. You said scared. I don't know.
No, that's fine. Scared but had an effect. It's all the same difference.
I think so.
Yeah. You think it did?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it probably did, but also I wouldn't just rely on that. That's I mean, black bear fine. Okay. You could probably scare a black bear away. You have a fire. You could like pick up a stick with fire. I don't know, like a torch or something if you needed to. I don't know. I think what I've heard of grizzly bears, because we saw that documentary, Grizzly Man.
Yes. That was wild.
That was terrifying. And we should do an after dark on that guy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and watch the movie
Again. Yeah.
For it.
I don't know. There's something about grizzly bears that terrify me way more than black bears do. I've never seen one in person. I don't want to. No, thank you. Don't want to see one in person. Never. So when we hike, make sure there's no grizzly bears before we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. The bear stared, unblinking, like it was giving us a moment to rethink our life choices. But then, just as my vocal cords threatened mutiny, the eyes turned and we heard it crashing away into the woods. We just stood there, absorbing the reality of how close we came to meeting those teeth up close. After a quick huddle, we figured we had two options: stay put and make enough noise to scare off a marching band, or risk hiking out in the dark, where we'd probably cross paths with something else on the trail. The night hike idea died pretty fast, so we decided to stay put and sleep in shifts. We agreed that if the bear came back, we'd have to surrender the camp and hike out in the night, which was pretty much our last resort option. Each of us took an hour on watch. I looked out with 3 shifts, sleeping with blissful ignorance, but sitting there on watch felt like an eternity. Every rustle, Every snap of a twig made my heart do a little sprint. Funny how, after years of camping, I'd trained myself to ignore night sounds. But that night, every sound felt like a possible bear-sized problem.
Yeah, I mean, what would go through your head, Tave, during an hour-long night watch after a moment like that? I don't know if I could do it.
My stomach would be in knots, and I would have extreme anxiety the entire time. I don't even think I'd be able to sleep, honestly.
No, I'd make you stay up with me, and you'd make me stay up with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That
shifts my ass. Like, no, we're doing it together.
Yeah.
And it's better in numbers.
Bring on the caffeine. Yeah, if somebody they don't want to be zombies the next day trying to hike out. So I get the idea of sleeping in shifts. I don't know if I'd be able to even sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, I would maybe
take a melatonin.
Maybe if because I don't know if are they intense.
Smoke some pot.
Are they intense? Do you remember?
I remember.
I think that if it was me, I would probably sleep inside the fireplace. Like I would be in the flames.
What?
Yeah, because I think the bears don't like fire. So I would try to sleep as close to the fire as I possibly could. That I would be literally in the fire pit to deter the bear from getting close to me. If he came back. I don't know. That might not even do anything. What do you think? Do you think bears are...
didn't fucking stand in the fire.
Not literally.
You just said literally in the fire.
It's called sarcasm. Hello. There
was no hint of sarcasm in your voice.
Oh, I'm sorry if you can't pick up on my almost hintless sarcasm, bitch. Long story short, the bear never came back. We were exhausted by the morning, but alive, which seemed like a win. And just as we were packing up to leave, a pack of wolves howled across the meadow. Now, wolves may have their own PR issues, but they're not really a threat to people. Hearing them was actually kind of magical, like nature's way of saying, hey, you made it through the night. Enjoy the view. And now they have a Queen's accent?
Yeah. Hey, you made it through the night.
What is that? Are you a vampire? I'm on to eat your blood. Hey, you made it through the night. Through the night. Enjoy the view. Oh my God, are you now from Minions?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh my God, I can't. You're so funny. We left that campsite and began a 2,000-foot climb, grateful for the daylight, the distance from grizzlies, and a renewed appreciation for our sleeping bags. And maybe a bit afraid of the dark in ways we hadn't been since we were kids. The end.
Grizzlies ain't no joke.
What do you think of the story?
Like I said, grizzlies ain't no joke.
Does this story make you not want to camp in the wild anymore? Or maybe less? Or maybe just like decide where to camp depending on where grizzlies are?
Yeah. I would do my research beforehand. And if it's a notorious spot for that, like a lot of grizzlies have been sighted, ain't no way.
I mean, some people, they go in areas where there are grizzlies and don't think twice.
Great for them.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You asked if I would.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nopes.
Ain't no way I'm swimming with that grizzly.
Yeah.
That shit, they are huge.
I know. Do you think that the view was worth the experience of having to deal with the grizzly bears?
It was not. Why? What kind of question is that? Sorry, Tave, but no. Ain't no view. I don't know why.
No sunshine when she's gone.
It's not warm when she's away.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
And she's always gone too long. Anytime
she goes away.
Wait. And I know. So great.
I can't believe that they were able to scare the bear away. I'm really glad that they were able to scare the bear away. But it just seems like, I mean, What do you do when you go on a simple walk around your family's property in the Adirondacks? Do you bring anything specific to scare something specific on a quick little 20-minute walk?
I bring a pot and a wooden spoon.
Yeah, you know. What else is in your little pack? Your little survival pack? And we have black bears, but still.
No, I just want to touch upon the pot and
The
the
wooden
wooden
spoon.
spoon.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a very smart decision. So you may make fun of me
I make fun of you.
all
I
you
don't
want.
mind it though.
But if a situation arose where we ever did encounter a bear, that would be really helpful because I don't have a whistle. I should have a whistle, but I don't have a
And
whistle.
bear spray too.
But also because I attach it to my pack, like on a carabiner.
Yep.
So it automatically makes a noise when I'm walking anyway.
It does, yeah.
Which, now that I'm thinking about it, that's really obnoxious. But we're the only people in the woods, so
yeah, no,
fine.
it's private property. Yeah. It's like how many acres? 50 acres?
Way more.
Way more than that. How many acres?
I don't know, but
it's a lot of acres. The property. So yeah, there's no, it's private property and no one's allowed on it. So I don't think you're disturbing any other humans.
Yeah, I would never do that on the trail.
No.
I'd never be clanking with I mean, I might bring the pot in the spoon.
But you'd make sure to secure it better.
Yeah.
I think we'll just, perfect Christmas gift. I'm going to get you a Christmas gift. I'm not telling you what it is right now. Don't try to guess.
A whistle.
But, yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe. Engraved whistle?
Yeah.
That says, if this doesn't work, run. Well, I liked our stories. Are you ready to get into our next segment?
Yes.
Yay! Trailmix time, baby.
It's Trailmix time. Okay, so Trailmix. Number 1 is Get Low by James Vincent McMorrow. Some songs feel like they were made to echo through open landscapes, and Get Low by James Vincent McMorrow is one of them. With its ethereal falsetto and rich layered sound, it's the kind of track that syncs perfectly with the rhythm of a long hike. So why it works on the trail. Get Low is about vulnerability and letting go, something that feels almost inevitable when you're surrounded by raw, untamed wilderness. The lyrics, I feel it coming down, seem to mirror the weightlessness and clarity that come from stripping away life's noise and just existing on the trail. The song's expansive production gives it a sense of space, making it a natural fit for big skies, endless ridgelines, or quiet moments of reflection. Best times to hit play. At sunset or dusk, when the day slows down and the world seems to exhale. On a solitary stretch. Perfect for those long, introspective miles when it's just you and the trail. Under an open sky. Whether it's sunrise, sunset, or a star-filled night, the song's atmosphere adds depth to the view. And a lyric to hold on to. This is what you came here for, the feeling that you can't ignore. It's a reminder of why we venture out in the first place. Those moments that stick with you long after the hike ends. Number 2 is Pain by The War on Drugs. There's something about Pain by The War on Drugs that feels like the rhythm of a long hike. Steady, reflective, and quietly powerful. The layered sound and the raw vocals make it the kind of song that keeps you grounded while your legs keep moving. Why it works on the trail. The song's driving beat mirrors the rhythm of footsteps, and its themes of struggle and resilience feel right at home on tough climbs or during moments of quiet introspection. It's not flashy or overwhelming, it's just there, keeping pace with you. Best times to hit play. On long climbs, when you're grinding uphill and need something to match your effort. Solo breaks. A great soundtrack for those moments when you pause to take it all in. Gray, moody weather. There's a weight to the song that pairs perfectly with overcast skies or misty mornings. And the lyric to sit with. I'm rising and I'm damaged, oh rising up for you. It's a reminder that the tough parts of the journey often bring clarity and growth. Number 3 is You Haunt Me by Sir Sly. It feels like walking through memories. Its pulsing beats and haunting lyrics make it the kind of song that pulls you inward while your feet keep moving forward. There's an edge to it, equal parts nostalgic and defiant, that resonates with anyone who's carried a heavy thought on the trail. Why it works on the trail. The blend of moody electronics and raw emotion creates an atmosphere that's perfect for introspection. It's the kind of track that matches the energy of winding paths and quiet stretches, where the trail feels endless and your mind starts to wander. The best times to hit play: dusk hikes, when the light is fading and the world feels a little softer. Deep reflection, perfect for those solo stretches when you're sorting through thoughts. Desert trails, the song's vibe pairs beautifully with open spaces and stark landscapes. And a lyric to sit with: I don't know what I would be I don't know what I would be if you hadn't found me, tangled up in my rewind. It's a line that speaks to the power of connection and the echoes of people and the moments that stick with you.
Thanks, Em. I do like your new format.
Thank you.
I think it really it kind of brings it into the real world when you can listen to it, and the best places and moments to listen to these songs. And also I like the lyric thing. That's fun.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun.
Are you ready for trail etiquette and other shit?
And other shit.
Yay!
Yes.
All right. Today we're talking about hiking with children.
Oh, God.
Hiking with children can be challenging. So, some people might avoid doing it when they first have kids, while others dive right into it, like I have seen on TikTok and Instagram. So here's a list of ways that you can hike with your kids and make it fun. One of the key things to remember when hiking with children is that the trek no longer becomes about getting from point A to point B, but more about exploring the trail and what's on it. With that in mind, here are a few thoughts to keep your hike kid-friendly. Have fun and be flexible. If this is your number one goal, everyone will be happy. Remember that you're trying to introduce your family to hiking. They won't want to do it again if they don't have fun the first time. Change your plans if things are not working out. Give the kids some control. Let the kids set the pace and allow them to make some choices along the way. Let them decide which trail to take and where to stop for lunch. They will naturally want to explore their surroundings and examine new bugs, spider webs, and birds. You can carry a few toys for them to play with out on the trail if they seem to be getting distracted. Better yet, see if they can make their own inventions using only things they find on the trail, such as a few rocks, sticks, leaves, etc. Just make sure to put it all back when you leave. Bring snacks and plenty of fluids. Make sure to stop and drink frequently. Kids may be so interested in their new environment that they don't realize how thirsty they are. High energy foods and plenty of water will keep them in good spirits. Dress yourself and your children in layers. Be aware of your child's body temperature. If you are carrying a child, he or she may be cold while you are burning up. Or conversely, you may feel chilled while your child is warm from running around and playing. If you have several kids, especially ones that may want to run ahead, dress them in bright, visible clothing so you can more easily spot them. Pick a short, interesting hike and allow lots of time. Choose a trail with a destination such as an overlook, waterfall, historic site, stream, or lake. Allow them the time to investigate interesting things along the way. To start, choose a place close to home so your children don't get restless on a long drive. Teach, sing, and play games with your kids. Discuss how long the trail is, trail etiquette, signs of impending weather, how to use a compass and read a map, and how to identify plants and animals. See, even kids need to know how to use a compass and a map.
Does Adriana know how to use a compass and a map?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll ask her. I don't know. I think she learned it in one of her camps. Am I responsible for that?
Yes.
Ah, darn it. Oh, just get my parenting badge revoked.
It's already been revoked 20 million ways to Sunday.
Safety first. Give each of your kids a small pack with a healthy snack in it, as well as a kid-sized water bottle. They may also be old enough to carry their own jacket in the pack. Importantly, put a safety whistle in each pack. If the kids don't have their own pack, attach the whistle to a zipper pull. Review with your kids each hike what to do if they should become separated from you. Ensure that they know how to stay put and blow their whistle in 3 sharp bursts. Sometimes kids get it better if they're told to use the whistle to find their parents rather than if they're lost, since being lost is not always readily apparent to them. And that is the end of my
other shit
segment of our show.
And trail etiquette.
So yeah, take your kids out. Don't let them sit in front of a TV or in their laptops, not laptops, in front of their iPads or whatever screen things. Yes, I'm guilty. Get them out there. Teach them how to hike. Our kid hikes on occasion with us. She likes it sometimes. Sometimes she doesn't. She really likes to build fairy houses, though. Yeah. And she loves going up to camp and building fairy houses along the bank of the pond. The pond. But yeah, pond. Get your kids out there. Teach them how to hike.
Get your kids how to hike. H-I-K-E. Spell it H-I-K-E.
Oh, there's one more tip in here that I've left out.
What?
If all else fails, bring M&Ms. The end.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was a great conclusion.
Bow time.
Bow, wow. Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah. What do you think of today's episode, Em?
I cried. I got scared. I laughed.
So lots of emotions.
Yeah.
Aw. I really enjoyed both of our stories. I thought they were both thought-provoking and, entertaining in their own way. The socks thing was very sweet, and I love that he got the socks as a talisman from an idol. And the bears were, that's scary. Entertaining. I'm glad they made it out, though.
They made it out.
They made it out.
As always, there's links in our show notes for sources that we use throughout the stories, and also for our trail etiquette and other shit. So that's it from us crazy people here at Fall Summit, right?
That is it from us crazy people here at Fall Summit. Are you going to have a nice Christmas?
No, because apparently, according to you, I'm not getting anything.
I'm going to get you a wonderful gift, a heartfelt gift.
Is it a hug?
It is a hug.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I can't wait.
Do you think we're going to have a white Christmas?
I hope so.
Me too.
I really do like a white Christmas. I don't like the white.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I hope everybody out there can have a wonderful Christmas next week. Can have one, will have one.
Don't be a Scrooge.
Don't be a Scrooge. We don't want coal. We want everyone nice and friendly for the holiday season.
Just be kind.
Be kind, and I hope everybody gets experience gifts this year and not a bunch of crap.
Yeah. And do something that makes you believe in the magic of the holidays again.
Yeah.
Because as adults, I will say it is harder to find that.
Speak for yourself. I love the holidays. I am full of holiday spirit.
Yeah, well, I'm a Scrooge.
Or just maybe spirits. I don't know.
No, I'm just a Scrooge.
You're not a Scrooge.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You love decorating and all that other stuff for the holidays.
That's it from us crazy people here at Fall Summit.
For every mountain is just one more almost there. If you had enjoyed today's episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it, well, maybe that's your epic fail for the week.
Ha. And hey, if you've got any questions, stories, or trail fails of your own, please hit us up. That's where we get a majority of our stories. That's where we love getting a majority of our stories because it makes it more interesting. It makes it more engaging.
I love connecting with you guys.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And it's been a blast recording these, past ones from Instagram followers and the like. And it's really, really nice. And I really enjoyed it. So please email us at fallsummit.pod@gmail.com or fallsummit.pod on Instagram. And we'll be back next week. Well, nope. We'll be back the following week, right?
We'll be back with more tales, trails, and epic fails.
And misadventures.
And misadventures. And questionable decisions.
Until then, happy trails.
And don't fall off a cliff.
Or do.
That's fine.
Don't.
That's fine.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Fine, don't do it. See you out there.